everybody. We're getting into another 2-chord vamp, and there is a sister video to this one if you haven't watched it already on the 2-1 sequence. This is the 6-5 sequence right here. And I've got the flute choir cards here. You guys can get these on my website, kalanimusic.com. If you haven't already, you might want to get your own set. This is the 6th chord, which is the minor, and it's the root of the A minor flute. It's A minor chord, so that's the 6th chord in C major, so we're playing A flutes. Here are the notes. That is our A minor chord, A, C, E. A is underlined, that's the root. 5 chord, we have a half hole here. I'm going to try to play it, but you don't really need to play it. You can ignore the half holes or play it an octave higher. But this is our G chord, and it starts with the 3rd on the bottom. The G is on the top here, D is here. So G, B, D are the chord notes. And they're not in a nice order like the A minor. They're out of order in terms of lowest and highest notes, but here's the B. I'll try to play the B on the bottom. Right there. And then the D and the G. But you could stick with the D and the G if you like, all right? So as always, I'm going to start off, let you guys play a little bit with just the cards. I'll come in, I'll join you. I want you to pay attention to what I'll be doing in the background. I'm basically going to be playing just one note from each card at first. It's just to help settle in and get used to when are the chords changing. And if you just do one note on each card, on each change, and maybe you just do the same 2 notes back and forth, it'll help acclimate you to the chords and the cards and which notes go with which cards and all that. So again, this is A minor to G major. Those are our chords. And let's do it. Here we go. Trade 4s. I'll start. Okay, so how did you do? One thing that I like to try, I mentioned earlier, is play one note on each card, back and forth, and then this sequence lends itself to stepwise motion. So you just start at the bottom, and you could do, the first note, and then the first note, and then the second note on each card, right? So what am I talking about? Let's look. Do this note, and then 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 that note. And if you do that, you'll just be moving up the scale, and you can go up and you can go down the scale. There is the F, which is in neither one of these chords, but you can use that as a passing note, and that's our cross finger note. That's on card 2 and 4. And have fun with that. I think this sequence lends itself to a beautiful stepwise motion going up and down the scale. So experiment with that. Experiment with passing tones. Experiment with tension and release by holding a note from one card across the other card, whether that's the first card into the second card or the second card into the first card. That's very cool. And then when you start to do that, you start to understand which notes are going to cause suspension or tension, and which notes will then release into which chords. And that, my friends, is where it's at, because then you're playing, not just playing a scale, not just playing notes, but you're making musical decisions that go beyond just playing in a key. You're playing with the key, and you're playing with the chords. And you're using the scale, you're using your melody to shape the chords and to shape how they feel, and the effects of each chord in terms of tension and release, dissonance, harmony. And that is just a beautiful place to go and experiment and to grow into as a musician. So that's really one of the main goals of this exercise, 2-chord vamps, but also using the flute choir cards to get there as training wheels, and then later you won't need them. All right, get your flute choir cards if you haven't already. You want to get a set, you can get them at kalanimusic.com. And if you're a patron, you're watching this, hopefully you are, feel free to message me with your questions. All right, thanks you guys. Be sure to watch the other video, which is a 2-1 progression. All right, see you soon.